Previously on the Completely Mind Blown by God podcast, the Campus Chronicles series. In the last episode, Naomi shared her struggles as she faced mounting tuition debt, accusations of dishonesty, and feelings of betrayal from those she once trusted. Despite being blocked from accessing her transcript and feeling overwhelmed, she chose to keep her faith and move forward. Naomi also reflected on how rumors and negativity tested her patience, but she maintained her integrity, trusting God to work everything out for her good. Stay tuned and discover how her story unfolds.
Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another exciting episode on the Completely Mind Blown by God podcast. And I do hope that today's episode will be such a blessing to you because I am excited. So excited to share this one. Oh my God, this one is a good one. And so I encourage you to tell your friends, your family, and those who you don't know. Tell a friend to tell a friend, share the good news, and don't let them miss out on the miracles and the blessings and the testimonies of God. So I told you how much I, had to get my transcript. I had to. So I took the initiative to meet with the registry and then with accounts, the head of accounts. And where we left off was the head of accounts told me that she would set up a meeting with me and the principal so we can discuss how we can go further, right? It came around the time now where she just told me that, hey, I'm really not getting her, perhaps you can go over there and try to set it up with her secretary, right? No, it was kind of a challenge at first to get a meeting with her. My timing was a bit off, so when I would show up, she was either in a meeting or she had stepped out for the day or that she just left the office or something. So in terms of timing, it wasn't great with me. And this kind of frustrated me because the time was really winding down, shows were about to start. As I told you last week, we are in April and the beginning of May is when shows start. And if I don't get the go-ahead to do my show, then I really would have to do an additional semester because, So I was kind of a nervous wreck. And one of the times when I went up there to speak with the secretary to get a meeting with her, I was just so disheartened, and she looked at my face and she said, "Are you okay?" And I just completely broke down in front of her. Broke down that question. I was holding on by a thread. And when she asked me that question, all the walls came crashing down, and she was there to support me and to uplift me. And she gave me words of encouragement, and she said she's going to try her very best, help me to meet with the principal as soon as possible. I came back the next time and I got the meeting with her, and trust me, I was nervous because, hey, I owed a lot of money and my previous meetings weren't really, I met with the head of registry and their attitude towards me wasn't so welcoming. And then when I met with the head of finance, it started off rocky as well. And so I did not know what to expect when I was going to meet with the principal. You understand? And so I was kind of nervous, trying not to, have another breakdown or, try to hold myself together. And when I entered the office, I don't know, I felt like I was in a courtroom. But not to no lie. I felt like I was in a courtroom. I was so nervous. I didn't know what to say. And, she came off a bit strong too because she said, "Naomi, you owe me a lot of money and you went on the work and travel and this and that and all of that." Right? And I explained to her why. And at first, I wasn't getting through to her, I wasn't getting through to her. And I tell her, I said, "Honestly, miss, I tried my very best and could not afford." You understand? I still would have owed $300,000 and it wouldn't make no sense. So I thought it was a great plan to invest. And then she brought up the topic of loans and she said, "What is wrong with loans? Why you don't why you don't borrow a loan? And for me, nobody would take my excuse for, my excuse for not taking a loan seriously. But I know why I don't take a loan. I know my family's background when it comes to loans, and I was determined not to take a loan. So I didn't care what nobody think or how anybody want perceive me in terms of that aspect. But I knew why I did not take a loan, and I wasn't going to take it. I don't want to be in a situation where I cannot, pay that loan back and it affects my future. And, I was not going to have it. I was not going to have it. Yes, so she asked me about the loans, and I really didn't give her a straightforward answer. You understand? But in regards to the whole show thing, she immediately called the head of music school over because she was upset that he dismissed that meeting that we were supposed to have. Very upset, and she called him into the office and we sat down and we spoke, and he was explaining to her how much we had met. If you guys remember when we had met, and he was telling me that full scholarship I was supposed to get from the school, that I wasn't going to get it anymore because I am owing money, and because I'm owing a back balance, the new scholarship cannot be used to pay back balance. It only can go on the current year that you're in. It can only go towards that, and I would have to clear off that. And through them, no, so I'm not going to able to clear off that. Them tell me, say, I'm not get the scholarship, I should stop coming to school, I should not attend my voice classes and all of that. And when the principal heard what he had to say, she was furious because she was saying that even though that students are supposed to pay their tuition, they cannot tell me that I cannot attend my classes because of that. And I was promised to be given that scholarship, and they told me a different story and changed their minds. And she was furious, and he was saying that gave her that scholarship, how would she have paid, the rest of it? Or, she was owing a lot of money. And she was saying that when I went to school, his scholarship bring me through school, so I don't see a problem with that. She could have gotten scholarships and all of those stuff, and she was making some points and defending me. Surprisingly, she was defending me. I did not expect that, but she was defending me. And she called registry, and she had that lady who told me that I did not tell her that I was planning to go back on the work and travel. And she was questioning her as well. And they were coming up with some stories, and she was just there defending me. And she's looking over my grades and said, this student is performing well in school, so I don't understand. And she was just there defending me, and I was just watching everything. And I was like, wow, God, wow. You understand? And at the end of that discussion, we came to a conclusion that they were going to investigate. They were going to investigate whether or not my lecturer had sent over the grades for my voice classes, because what they were saying was that I did not do my voice classes in that year, and because of that, I'm a semester behind, basically. And because I'm a semester behind, I have to do an additional semester. But what they did not know was I did my classes, irregardless of what they told me. And my lecturer, she graded me, and she sent the grades over to registry. And so when that meeting, was over, the lady from the registry was tasked to look for those grades, and we will see from there how we would proceed for me to do my show, right? Because she was so upset. She was so upset. Oh my God. And she defended me. And I just want to prove to you guys that no matter the opposition, God is always working for you. Because the head of music school dismissed me, but the Lord had it that I climb up the ladder of the authority, and the principal, the head of the school, right, was the one defending me in the end. You understand? So, as I've told you guys before, fear not. Fear not. Trust in the will of God. Trust the process. Trust what God is doing, because you always win in the end. And even though the meeting at first, when I just met with her, it started off shaking, and I thought, okay, this is not going to work out. And at the end, she was the one defending me. You understand? It didn't stop there, no. After they left the room and she told them what to do, she said, okay, Naomi, how are we going to sort out this tuition now? What are your plans? And I told her that I applied for the 2 scholarships that I haven't heard from yet. So I'm hoping to hear from them. One of them is promising $200,000. Another one is about 150 or so, right? And she said, okay, I'm going to call this scholarship. Their deadline, it already passed, but I'm going to call them and put in a word for you and see what they can do. She made the call. Guys, she made the call. That's how far the principal went out to help me. She did not stop at, fixing the whole problem of my show. She went ahead to help me find a scholarship as well. Let me tell you, trust God, believe God. He has a plan and He knows what He is doing. And so I am encouraging you guys to fear not. It's all going to work out. Everything is going to work out for your good. Not because you don't see it and you can't see it. Just have faith that God is going to work it out, because He is. And so I want you to go about your day today knowing that God is going to work out that situation for you. Trust and believe in Him, and He will work it out for your good. Amen? All right, my beautiful souls, it's time to say goodbye for now. But before you head off, I want to extend a big thank you for sticking around with me until the end. And as a token of appreciation, I've put together a special self-reflection activity just for you. Click the link in the description to dive into some soul-searching goodness. And hey, if you're curious about my personal insights and reflections on today's topic, swing by my website where I've shared some exclusive thoughts in the show notes. Don't forget, you can always stay in the loop by subscribing to the podcast and spreading the love by sharing this episode with your friends and family. Until next time, love you guys.